don't walk into a deal and assume like, oh, it has all these issues and liens and blah blah blah, so it's not going to work. Like,
Yeah. It's unlimited amount of ways to make it work. I think you gotta be creative. Your mind has to be open.
pull the diamond out the rough.
Yeah. Don't put your mind behind steel walls.
Yeah.
Allow some fluidity, some flexibility in how you approach a deal.
Yep.
So what else do we have?
Another step here. A lot of our clients that we wholesale properties to, man, they'll already have a whole leverage or a portfolio of properties that's performing. And again, home equity line of credit. We kind of touched on this a little bit. So they have a whole portfolio. At any time, they could go ahead and refi out of it and have cash on hand and use that to buy more property. So if you already, that's for the experienced investors. If you already have a portfolio, you could just HELOC out a couple, one or two, depending on valuations, and buy some cheap properties and renovate.
Okay. Here's another thing that I wish that realtors would do better. For all my realtor friends, there are ways to close out a deal with very little out of pocket when it comes to buying a home from a homeowner, right? So there's FHA 3.5% down, there's 5% conventional, right? But a lot of realtors, in my experience, they don't do a good enough job of explaining credit back at closing. Like that's a concept I would add as another line item. Let's say you want to buy a personal residence, a personal home. Let's say that personal home is $200,000. And let's say your cash at closing to buy that house would be about 20 grand. Right? Let's just say. With closing costs, with with title work, with everything, you're going to require about 20 grand. You could negotiate a deal with the seller to say, look, if the valuation on this house is 250, I may be able to say, look, let's do the deal at 210. I'll pay you more. I want to do the deal at a higher number. I'll pay you the 200 that you want, but let's do a credit back at closing for 10,000. So even as a homeowner, if you get creative with the deal structure, you can come out of pocket less money on the closing, which we have done as well on, for private residence. You can do this as a conventional loan for your own personal residence.
Yeah.
So when you go to do a deal and you don't have the cash to close, don't let that stop you. There are ways to get credits at closing, credit back to you, and you walk into the deal with less money out of pocket. Right? So that's another conventional loan gem.
We smoked.
That one is serious.
We smoked it, man.
Yeah. That one is serious. That one is serious because that applies. There's a lot of people out there that are looking at these videos, man. They just want to buy a house for their family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
And that's a big help to just the average homeowner.
Yeah.
You figure out what the valuation is on the property and how you can move the numbers around to make it work.
Yeah.
And that's how you get it done.
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah.
Man, that's a lot of ways to get it for free and cheap and dollar contracts and all that good stuff.
Nothing really holds you back.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It turns out
nothing holds you back. I think what holds you back is your lack of information, your lack of understanding, your lack of experience, and your lack of ability to take action. And if you don't do those things, if you don't do your research and understand deal structure and understand what the solutions to a problem are, you're really holding yourself back. And I'm not just talking to whoever's watching this. I'm talking to the 14 years younger version of me. Because I thought I was in the same boat at one point. I thought you either had it or you didn't.
Yeah.
Nah, there's a lot of money flying around here.